You want me to shower here? I've never even been on a sports team. Those guys don't look too friendly. Do you have soap? It's not even soap on a rope?
Yeah, I would make it a day in prison. Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to Most Amazing Top 5. My name is Michael McCrud. Sit back, subscribe, and let me entertain you. First off, I want to hear from you guys. If you were going to prison, what would be the one luxury item you would need to bring with you? Let me know in the comments down below. Alright, let's jump into our list with the top 5 most dangerous prisons from around the world. First up in the number 5 spot, we got the Kwang Prison, located out in Thailand. Kwang! Sounds scary already. Now it's nicknamed the Bangkok Hilton, but that's just a funny joke you wouldn't find very funny if you witnessed the brutality inside this building. Now torture, it is commonplace inside this prison, and if that doesn't irk you already, well, the tiny cells that are overcrowded, that's certainly gonna bug you, especially if you're there for a life sentence. A lot of the inmates, they suffer from malnutrition because they're only given a little bit of rice each and every day. This ain't Survivor, people, this is how they're living. On top of that, new inmates, they are forced to get iron bars welded between their legs. For those who are there with the death sentence, those iron bars, they never come off. Also, they're given no notice of when they're going to be executed, so they're living their final years in fear. Moving on to the number 4 spot, we got the Tadmor military prison. This one's located out in Syria. Now Amnesty International, they've declared this prison the most oppressive prison in the world. Why? Well, the guards, they've taken to torturing their inmates for entertainment. Inmates have been reportedly beaten with metal pipes, cut with axes, and they also tie them up and drag them around, sometimes until they're dead. Now if you think the government is going to step in and help things out, well, you thought wrong. Back in 1980, the president took out his anger on the inmates, ordering a mass execution. And for over 2 weeks, somewhere between 800 to 2,400 people, well, they were slaughtered. Yeah. And I thought Bane had it bad in that dark pit in The Dark Knight Rises. This is much worse. Moving on to the number 3 spot, we got Camp 22. This one's located out in North Korea. These are bad places. Now this is another operation dictator Kim Jong-un doesn't want the world to know about, but what happens inside is so horrific word has traveled. The prison was constructed back in 1965 and can hold 50,000 prisoners. Why is it so big? Well, in North Korea, if you're convicted of a serious offense, they not only arrest you, they throw your entire bloodline in prison. Yeah, and they'll go back as far as 3 generations. I guess the upside is you'll have a bit of company, but I'm certain grandma ain't gonna like it too much. Now on top of this, the inmates, they're used for human experimentations. Yeah, the likes of nuclear weapons, things like anthrax, bombings, they practice that on the 50,000 people inside. Yeah, grandma definitely ain't gonna like you. Next up at number 2, we got Gitarama Central Prison. This one's out in Rwanda, and yeah, it's no hotel. Now originally this place was built to house 500 prisoners. Today there's an average of 2,500. Now the space in which they're all living, it's extremely tight. There aren't even cells. And survival of the fittest, it is taken over amongst the inmates. They're practically eating one another alive. For real. Now what few resources are given to the inmates, well, the strong guys, they keep it for themselves. The rest of them, they've taken to cannibalism. Now if that don't get you, or the starvation, well, many of the inmates, they're carrying diseases. So your chances aren't good. I'd like to see Wentworth Miller try and get out of there. Finally, in the number 1 spot, we got a place you've likely never even heard about. Yeah, it's that crazy. It's called Penal de Ciudad Barrio, and it's located out in El Salvador. Now this is a country that already boasts the highest murder rate in the world. And a lot of that, well, it has to do with gang culture, so they decided to throw all the gang members into prison. But then things got worse. So they said, hey, why don't we just put one gang in one prison? Well, it wasn't a good idea, because they put in the MS-13, these guys are all tatted up, and they just took over. Now the army guards, they are forced to do their work from outside the compound. Inside, the prisoners have full reign. They have their own bakery, they have their own workshops, they make furniture and toys, they even have a rudimentary hospital to keep themselves, well, alive. Sure, that doesn't sound that hostile, but imagine you were an enemy, or perhaps an officer, or even a woman who had to enter. They do what they please there. Plus, these are guys who have tattooed their face. Alright guys, that's all I got for you in this video. My name is Michael McCrud. Thanks for checking out Most Amazing Top 5. Be sure to let us know what kind of top 5s you want to see in the future. Also, what item could you not live without if you had to go to prison? For me, I'd probably bring a Playboy. I could probably bring something so much more useful, but that's all that came to my mind. Let me know what you're thinking about in the comments down below. Check out our other videos. Also hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!